Good morning. Let's just start sitting in a comfortable position, closing the eyes for a moment, arriving in the practice. Maybe imagining yourself in a very beautiful place somewhere in nature, starting to feel the surroundings, starting to smell how it smells there, letting all the images pass of that beautiful place. And becoming more aware of your body, taking a little scan, checking whether there's any stiffness, any pain, any nice feelings. Also checking in with the brain, mind, how is it doing this morning? Quiet or loud and chattery? And then becoming more aware of the breath. Starting to inhale and exhale deeper. And then opening the eyes, stretching out, becoming long. And folding the hands, bringing the hands behind the head, pushing against the head, opening the chest. Taking a deep inhale into the chest. And then exhale, keeping the spine straight, bringing the head down. Feeling a stretch in the neck. Inhale, opening again. And exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale down. And last time, opening. And then bringing the arms up, becoming long. Then the exhale, twisting to one side, bringing the arms down. Inhale, arms up, twisting to the other side. One more to each side. Becoming long in the middle, bringing the arms down a little bit, moving the fingers, warming up the hands and the wrists, opening and closing, and then making a fist and turning the hands, fists around, and in the other direction, and checking out, releasing, moving the shoulders back. And changing direction, moving forward. And then bringing one arm up, lengthening. And exhale, bending to the side, stretching the side. Same with the other one up. And exhale, stretching the side, becoming long. Making space on the side. And one last one for each side. And then bringing the legs out, shaking them a little bit, moving the feet up and down, warming up the ankles. And then also moving the feet in a circle. And in the other direction. And then we bring the hands behind with the fingers pointing forward and push ourselves up in the backward plank, trying to bring the soles of the feet on the ground, on the mat. Letting the head fall back, lengthening the whole body. And then looking forward and moving the hips from right to left. And coming down, letting the body fall forward, runs rounding a little bit, counter movement. And then coming on a knee stand. Hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. And moving a bit in all directions just to stretch out the back. Making eights with the back. And then opening the knees slightly. And bringing the buttocks back, lengthening the spine, bringing the hands forward, walking the fingers forward. And becoming really long, stretching out the back. Bring the nose and the chest down. And then from here, moving forward with nose on the mat. Doing a couple of circles. Rounding and bending. And coming back to the middle. Bring the right leg out and the left arm. Lengthening, stretching to both sides. And then on the exhale, bringing the nose and the elbow towards the knee, rounding the back. Inhale, opening, lengthening. Exhale, rounding, knee to the nose. And a couple more. And back down on the mat. Straightening the spine. And the same on the other side, left leg out, right arm. First lengthening to both sides, stretching the body. And then on the exhale, bringing the nose and the fist towards the knee. Inhale up. Exhale, rounding the back. If you bring the nose down, it's a bit more balancy. Otherwise, the hand works too. Trying to round the back. On the exhale. And to lengthen on the inhale. And bring the hands down, stretching to the back one more time. And then coming up, tucking the toes under, and coming up into the downward dog. Head between the arms, long spine. Feeling a stretch in the calves. And then walking the heels down. Warming up. calf muscles, and whole back of the legs. Keeping the spine straight, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. And then again, pushing both heels down to the point where you can feel the stretch, staying here. Breathing into the stretch, releasing the tension with the exhale. And then on the next inhale, bringing the right leg up. Trying to straighten both legs as much as possible. Feeling the stretch in the left leg. Keeping the hip bones pointing down. Keeping the spine straight. The shoulders away from the ears. And then move the right knee towards the right elbow. And back up. Into the left elbow. And back up. And to the middle and to the nose. And back up. This time opening a bit more to the side. You can also bend the upper leg. And there's a bit more pressure on opening the hips. Gravity is a bit higher. And then from there, we bring the right foot between the hands and come up into the lunge position. Bring the arms up, bending front leg. Bring the hips down, keeping the balance. And then bring the hands behind the back, interlacing the fingers. Straightening the arms, bring the chest out, bending slightly backwards. Keeping the balance, pushing into both feet. And then releasing the arms, bringing the hands in front of the chest. Pushing them into each other, opening the chest. And exhale, bringing the left elbow to the right knee. Pushing into the knee, twisting to the side. Keeping the back leg straight if possible. If the balance is not so good today, you can also bring the knee onto the mat. And we release, bringing the hands down. Bring the right leg back. Coming to the lower plank, elbows close. Inhale, up into the cobra. Exhale, downward dog, heels down. And then we do the same with the left leg, bringing the left leg up, feeling stretch in the right leg. Shoulders away from the ears, straight back. Breathing into the chest, feeling the stretch, in particular on the right leg. Because the heel gets pushed down on the mat. And then on the exhale, we bring the left knee towards the left arm. And back up. And towards the right elbow. And back up. And towards the middle, towards the nose. And back up this time, opening the hips, opening to the side. And either keeping the legs both straight or bending the upper one, increasing the gravity to open the hips a little bit more. And then from here, straightening the leg again and bringing it directly in front of the hands and pushing into both feet to come up into the long lunge, bending the front leg, Straightening the back leg, bringing the chest out, lengthening the arms, breathing regularly, smile on the face. Bring the hands behind the back, interlacing the fingers. Bring the fists a bit up and the chest a bit more out. And then bring the hands in front of the chest, pushing into each other, opening the chest. And exhale, bringing the right elbow on the left knee, pushing to go deep into the twist. Again, if the balance needs some support, you can bring the right knee down. And otherwise, keep it as straight as possible. One more inhale, exhale. And bring the hands down. Bring the left leg back into the plank. Pushing it backwards, feeling the stability of the plank. Coming into the lower plank, elbows closed. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Bring the right foot between the hands and the knee down. And then opening to the right side. Bring the knees and bring the right hand back on the mat, both inside of the right leg. And then really trying to let the hips fall down, bring a stretch. You can even come down if you're very flexible with your elbows. Trying to keep the back straight. Wherever you are, the main focus is really here. The long upper legs and the hips. And you can actually push your leg a little bit outward. Be careful. Should not hurt. Just seeing how flexible it is today to the side. And then bringing it back in the middle. Coming back into the plank, into the lower plank, into the cobra, the downward dog, pushing the heels down. And then bringing the left foot between the hands, the right knee down, opening to the left side. And exhale, hand back, but inside of the leg, bringing the left leg a little bit outwards. And feeling how the hips sink down further, looking up. And again, if you're very flexible, you can even come down onto the mat. Breathing into the hip opener. And then pushing the left knee gently outwards. Again, be careful. Don't force it. And bring the foot back in the middle, both hands on the floor, plank, lower plank, cobra, downward dog, and prepare to step or jump back between the hands, straightening the spine, coming long, exhale, nose to the knees, and inhale, coming up, lengthening the spine, exhale down, good. We do a couple of full sun salutations now, coming a bit more to the front of the mat, bringing the big toes together, grounding the weight into them in the mat, all parts of the feet, pushing into the mat, toes, heels, sides, activating the leg muscles, core and chest. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bending down from the hips with a straight back. Inhale again, long spine. Exhale, stepping or jumping back into the plank position. Lower plank, cobra, downward dog. Looking forward, jumping or stepping back. Long spine. Exhale, nose to the knees. Inhale up. Exhale, arms down. You do a couple of rounds a little bit faster to really get the blood circulation running. So inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale long spine. Exhale, jumping or stepping into the plank, directly into the lower plank. Rolling up into the cobra. Into the downward dog. Looking forward, jumping back or stepping back, long spine. Exhale, nose to the knees. Inhale up. Inhale, arms up, lengthening. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, back. Lower plank. Cobra. Downward dog. Jumping or stepping back, long spine. Exhale, nose to the knees. Inhale up. Exhale, arms down. Up. Down. Up. Back. Lower plank. Cobra. Downward dog. Looking forward, jumping or stepping back. Exhale, nose to the knees. Inhale up. Exhale, one more. And up. And down. And up. And back. Inhale. Exhale, upward downward dog. Back to the middle. And up. And exhale, arms down. Taking a deep inhale, exhaling through the mouth. You can open the legs slightly. Closing the eyes for a moment, feeling the difference, feeling the effects in your heart, on your whole body. How does it feel? And then bring the feet together again, big toes touching each other. Bring the toes in the air once to stretch the soles of the feet. And putting them back on the mat. Activating all muscles, standing free as a mountain position. And we'll do some variations with sun salutations and including some standing asanas. So we inhale, bringing the arms up. Exhale, bending the legs, coming into the chair. Taking deep inhale in the chair. And then we exhale, coming down, nose to the knees. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, jumping or slipping back into the plank. And staying in the plank for a moment. Pushing backwards. Preparing for the side plank. So on the next inhale, open to the right side. If you need support, you can bring one knee down. Otherwise, keeping the body as straight as possible. The right arm straight as a prolongation of the left. You can also use the right foot put it a bit forward, that also can stabilize. Or if you want a real challenge, you can open the leg. Makes the strength exercise a bit tougher. Keeping the body apart from that as still as possible. And exhale, coming back to the middle. Holding for a moment. Preparing mentally to go into the left side plank. Activating the core muscles so the body doesn't move. And again, if you need a bit more of a strength challenge, you can bring the left leg into the air. Exhale, coming back into the plank, holding it for a moment. And then into the lower plank, elbows close. Inhale, coming up to the cobra, using the back muscles first. And then pushing gently into the arms, into the hands, into the downward dog from here. Exhale, bringing the right leg up. And bringing it between the hands. Coming first up into the lounge. And then let's come down a little bit more. And up again. And down. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. Keeping a smile on the face. And then staying here. And pushing forward once into some balance. Bring the right weight on the right leg, pushing the right toe onto the mat. Bring the left leg out. Straightening the arms as much as possible. The core muscles help to keep the balance, as well as a regular breath. And we step back. Open. And then from here, bring the arms shoulder high and turn to the left, open the hips to the side and come into the warrior two. Looking over the right hand. The right knee is bent, the right knee is above the ankle. And breathe. Maybe straighten the right leg, keeping the hips open to the side, looking forward, and bend into the right side, into the triangle. Bring the right arm onto the right leg, the left arm in the air, the prolongation, keeping the hips open to the side, and checking with your breath where you can go a bit deeper with your right hand, sliding down a little bit on the right leg, towards the right foot. And then with an inhale, we come back up and come back into the launch. So back the weight on the toes of the left foot and the right foot. Arms up for a last time. Shoulders relaxed. Smile on the face. And then bringing the hands down next to the right foot. Bringing it back, coming to the plank, lower plank. Cobra. Downward dog, pushing the heels down. Checking in how far you can bring the heels even down to the mat. With a straight back. If you can't, you may move the feet a centimeter more forward. And see whether then there is enough space to bring the heels down. One more and exhale here. And then we lift the left leg up in the air. And from there directly between the feet. Coming into the long launch. Bringing the arms up. The back leg is straight. The front knee is bent. And then on the exhale, coming a bit deeper. And pushing up again. And again a bit deeper. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up, holding it. And then focusing forward, bringing the weight in the left leg. Coming down to the warrior three. Balance position. Long leg out. Arms straight forward. Breathing. And then bring the foot back down, back up into the lunge. And then opening the arms to the side, the hips to the side. The right foot goes sideways on the mat. The left knee stays bent and we look forward over the left hand. Warrior two. Core muscles activated, both feet pushing into the mat. Breathing. Next exhale, straightening the left leg and bending down. Triangle. Hips open. Right arm straight into the air. Prolongation of the left. And using the breath to go a little bit deeper on the left side. And then coming up with an inhale. And again, bringing the arms forward. Coming into the long launch. Going a bit deeper again. Stretching out towards the ceiling. Smile on the face. And bringing the arms down. Left foot back plank position. Staying here for a moment. Then bring the knees down, rounding the back. Coming backwards, stretching out the back. And then coming back up into the downward dog. Moving forward into the plank. And even bringing the hips down once, opening the chest to the front. Up into the downward dog, heels down. And then coming to the plank and the lower plank. The cobra. The downward dog. Looking forward, preparing to step or jump back. Straightening the spine, looking forward. Exhale, nose to the knees. Inhale, coming up into the chair. Both heels, both feet on the mat. Shoulders relaxed, straight back. Deep inhale and exhale. And then inhale, lengthening. Exhale, arms down. Very good, shaking out a little bit. Again, taking a moment with open or closed eyes to check the effects, to feel into the body. Relaxing the face. Checking what's happening. And then opening the eyes again, preparing for some more balance. Grounding ourselves in the mat first, with both feet. Checking how that feels to stand on both feet. Moving a bit from right to left. And then we focus on the right foot, bringing all the weight on the right foot, pushing the right toe into the mat to keep the balance. Lifting the left leg off. Moving it a bit forward, backward. Activating the core muscles so the upper body doesn't move. And then we grab the left foot and bring the left knee next to the right. It should not be more forward and not go sideways out. It really should be next to the right knee. Feeling a stretch now in the big thigh. Finding your balance, straightening the back. You can also bring an arm up, lengthening to the ceiling. And bringing the arm down, then grabbing the big toe. And straightening the leg just to the point where you can straighten it. Both legs as straight as possible. You can use the right arm to help you with the balance. Smile on the face. And then release, keeping the leg in the air and wrapping it around the left. Bending the right knee, a little bit to wrap the left leg around, hooking the foot behind the calf. Or if that doesn't work, you can bring the toes on the mat to help you with the balance. The upper body is straight. If you have enough, you can just bring the arms up. If you want a bit more of a challenge, you can bring the right over the left, intertwine the hands, bringing the elbows a bit up, and staying here for 5 inhale exhales. If you fall out, just come back. It's part of training balance. 3, 4, and 5. Releasing, shaking both legs out. Taking a deep inhale, exhaling through the mouth. And taking a moment to feel how it feels to have both feet on the ground. How stable we are with both feet on the ground. Feeling into the body, feel the changes, the effects. And mentally prepare for the same balance exercise on the left side. Starting to move the weight onto the left foot, pushing the left toe into the mat. And then moving the right foot and leg a bit forward and backward. Keeping your balance and activating your core muscles. Only the leg moves, nothing else. And then grabbing the right foot. Bring the right knee next to the left, feeling stretch in the big thigh. When you press the heel towards the buttocks. And having your balance, you can bring the left arm up, lengthening towards the ceiling. Smile on the face. And bringing the arm down, grabbing the big toe. And then trying to straighten the right leg as much as you can. Pushing into the left big toe. Straightening the spine at the same time. Using the left arm to keep your balance if necessary. And releasing. And then bending the left leg a bit. And wrapping the right one around. For the eagle, again, either hooking the foot behind the calf or bringing the toes on the mat to keep the balance. On this side, I can't really hook it around properly. And then bring either the arms up or bring the left above the right, intertwining the hand and the elbow, bring the elbows a bit up and staying here with a straight back and a smile on the face. For another 4 inhale exhales. Three. And 4, releasing. And bringing the right leg down. Again, focusing on the balance, focusing how stable we are on both feet. Taking a deep inhale, exhaling through the mouth. Shaking the legs out if necessary. And then turning to one side on the mat. We will do a forward bend, Bring the arms up with an inhale, lengthening the spine. And then the exhale, bending down, straight spine. Bring the hands down before you start bending the back. And working with your breath to go deeper. Inhale, lengthening the spine. And exhale, seeing whether you can bend a bit further down from the hips. And then once bring the nose towards the knees, even if you have to round the back. And then bring the knees down. Sitting on your heels, bring the right elbow up, grabbing the left hand behind the back. Or if you can't grab it, just pushing the elbow back gently, opening the chest. Breathing into the chest and the right shoulder. And then change, doing the same on the other side. If you can, grab the hand, otherwise pushing the elbow back gently. And releasing, rolling the shoulders back. And preparing for the headstand or a pre-training for the headstand. Bring the hands into the elbows. So we have a kind of stable, it's going to be a triangle, it's not yet. Bring the elbows down on the mat and then opening the hands, interlacing the fingers so that you have indeed a triangle with your lower arms and your hands. And then we bring the top of the head on the mat in a way that our hands hold the back of the head. So it's really like a little nest. Bringing the buttocks up and walking the feet towards the body until we feel that the weight is on the head and the elbows. See how that feels. If you feel that there's quite a lot of stability, you can try to lift one or both feet, having the sensation of being on the head. If you don't have anybody to support you and you have never done it, be careful not to fall over. If you know how to do the headstand, you can go up, bring the legs up. If not, just bring the feet down and repeat the exercise of walking forward and backward a couple of times, feeling how it feels to have the weight on the elbows and the arms. Feel how it feels to be in the inversion, with the head down and the feet up. Stay here for a couple of breaths or repeating the forward walking and backward walking with the feet. And whenever you have enough, just come back down on the mat in a controlled way. And then rest in child position, forehead or chin on the mat. Round back. And then from here, we slide onto our bellies. Bring the feet together. Bring the hands underneath of the hip bones. And then on the next inhale, we lift the right leg. You can also lift the shoulders. Continue looking down on the mat, not pushing any weight, doing any weight on the neck. Lifting the right leg as high as possible. Keeping it up. And then bringing it back down. On the next inhale, lifting the left. how the back muscles work. Exhale, bringing it back down. Taking a deep inhale, preparing to bring both legs up on the next inhale. Then we'll have to open a little bit, but try not to open the legs too much. Both legs in the air. Continue breathing. And exhale, bringing them down. Bring the feet together, forming a pillow with the hands. And relaxing your head on it for a moment. And then straightening the arms forward. And the next inhale, lifting the right arm and the left leg. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 down. Same on the other side, right leg, left arm. 2, 1 and down, and again, other side, right arm, left leg, as high as possible. And down, and for the last time, the other side. And down, again, forming a pillow with the hands, relaxing. Preparing for the bow, bringing the hands back, grabbing the feet, preparing to come up. If you have problems with the lower back, don't do it. Instead, then you can just interlace the fingers, coming up with your upper body. If your lower back is okay, you want to go for the bow. Then on the next inhale, push it, the feet into the hand, bringing the knees up and the upper body, bending the back, breathing into the chest, so you don't roll around, coming up as high as possible. And on the exhale, bring the knees down and coming back into child position, rounding the back as a counter position and relaxing the back in particular, but also releasing tension from all other parts of the body. Checking in what the effects are of these asanas. And then we come back on the mat and roll around so that we lie on our backs. Grabbing the knees once, bring them towards the chest, bring the nose up, rounding the whole back. And then bring the hands outwards and letting the knees fall to one side and the head to the other, into the spinal twist. And then moving over to the other side, virgin hold position. back to the middle, and then stretching out the legs, bring the arms next to the body, activating the core muscles so that the spine stays on the mat, and lifting the right leg in the air, slowly, bringing it up to 90 degrees, trying to straighten it as much as possible. When you arrive at 90 degrees, point and flex the foot a couple of times, continuing to push the spine into the mat. Core muscles are activated. And then with a flexed foot, bring the leg slowly back down in a controlled way. Continue the breathing. Taking a deep inhale into the belly now when the foot is back down. Exhale, preparing to do the same on the other side. First bring the feet together, pushing the spine on the mat. You can also, if you don't know exactly what I mean, you can bend the legs, bring the pelvis a bit up, and really almost round the back, pushing the spine on the mat. And then lengthening the legs again. And inhale, left leg, slowly up. Pointing and flexing. Spine stays on the mat. And then with a flexed foot, on the exhale, bring the leg slowly back down. Keeping your face relaxed. Smile on it, that's the easiest way to relax it. And releasing the foot on the mat. Relaxing the upper body, breathing into the belly. Exhaling through the mouth. And then bringing the feet together again and preparing to bring both legs up at the same time. Pushing the spine on the mat, activating the core muscles. And then starting to lift the legs 10 to 20 to 30 degrees. If you want, you can bring the arms behind the head and bring the head up a little bit here. Whilst holding it at 30 degrees. Then releasing and coming further up to 90. Flexing the feet, candle position, straightening the legs as much as possible. Feeling a stretch in the back of the legs. If you don't feel a stretch, you can take your big toes and then straighten the legs so that you feel a stretch in the back of both the legs. And release, and on the exhale, bring down the legs in a controlled way. Centimeter by centimeter, whilst pushing the spine down on the mat. It's quite an exercise for belly muscles, for your six-pack. And slowly, slowly, holding it a centimeter above the mat and releasing. Taking a deep breath into the belly and exhale through the mouth. Bring the knees up towards the chest again, pulling them round in the spine. And from here you can go into the shoulder stand, bring the knees to the forehead, bringing the elbows as close together as possible, using the hands to support your lower back. Then bring the legs up into the shoulder stand, Making sure the weight is on the shoulders and the elbows and not on the head and the neck. Breathing into your belly, you can observe your belly moving out and in. And you may also check in, how does it feel to be in inversion again with the feet up, head down. What does it do to you? Try to stay for another 3 and then exhales, maybe even coming up a little bit higher. If it gets too much, just roll back on the mat. And the last one, bending the legs, bringing the knees back down towards the forehead and rolling out of the position, grabbing the knees, rolling a bit forward and backward, massaging the spine. If that doesn't feel good, you may just roll a bit sidewards, put less weight on the spine. And then releasing the arms and the legs on the mat, preparing for the final relaxation. Lying in Shavasana, the legs slightly open, the feet falling outwards, the palms of the hands facing the ceiling. You may close the eyes. Start feeling how the body becomes heavy, how all parts of the body, all muscles, all bones relax. Let's take a very deep inhale into the belly, really blowing the belly out like a balloon. Chest also. And then exhaling through the mouth, releasing all the tension and releasing, giving the body to the mat. Doing it another time. And on the exhale, feel how the body parts sink deep in the mat, becoming heavy. Relaxing the toes, feet, the legs, the arms, the belly, the buttocks, and the whole back, the entire spine. Relaxing the shoulders, the chest, the neck and the head. Relaxing the jaws, the tongue, the eyes. Enjoying this state for a couple of minutes until I bring you back. Starting to feel your body again. Maybe moving the fingers and the feet a little bit, toes. Waking up gently. Bringing the left hand on the heart and rolling the right side. Resting here for a moment. And then gently support yourself to come up back into a sitting position, keeping the eyes closed. Straightening the spine. And just taking a moment to feel how your body feels. Granted a moment of attention. Check what the effects were, if any. Effects both on the body and on the mind. And reminding the beautiful place in nature you imagined in the beginning. Bringing a smile on your face. Feeling gratitude for yourself, the practice. I said thank you and namaste.